Huh?
Hi, and welcome back to
Go
our
over
final show here at Mineral City TV. It is our last broadcast, but as we mentioned before, it's certainly not the end of the Mineral City show itself. They're going to stay open until the 12th. But not only that, some dealers stay open year round. So we're going to start here and end here in Building F with Rocky Krichbaum and Bryan Lynch. They stay open year round. You can come shop here whenever you want. So let's have a walk in and show you what they got. As soon as you walk in, you can immediately notice this fantastic display case, some lovely Colombian quartz that's been so popular recently. Beautiful piece right there in the center. Another case over here showcasing some great minerals, including a really nice Walworth fluorite. That's right down the street from where I live. I mine those myself, so it's nice to see Walworth represented here in Tucson. And on the bottom there, you see that great Vivianite that everyone's been freaking out about because it's so cool from Amazonas, Brazil. As you walk in, you can see they have wholesale material, high-end material, pretty much something for everybody. And like I said, they are open year-round, which is great. So, Rocky,
Ray.
great
Thanks
to
for
see
coming.
you. Thanks for being on the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here at Building F.
Well, Bryan Lynch and I started the Mineral Showcase 2 Novembers ago, and we've built upon starting with individual specimens and have really grown into a lot of wholesale and net by the flat and keystone deals. We specialize in a lot of south of the border minerals as well as worldwide, and it's turned into a heck of a business.
I can see that. Even just the difference from last year is pretty incredible.
It is a big change. We decided last November that we were going to completely tear the place apart and start over.
Step it up a notch.
And we definitely did. And everyone that's come through so far has liked the new layout. And
No, it really looks great in here.
yeah, it's doing well.
So, all right, well, let's have a look at some of these cases here, see what you brought for people to see. Just give us a quick walkthrough, show us one or two things.
We're trying to lay everything out by regions. Some of the regions have gotten really mixed up and moved around, but obviously I'm an absolute lover of Milpias and Ojuela, and
Yeah, those are beautiful pieces. Can we open this up
yeah,
and maybe get a
absolutely.
close look at one or two? This
All of
larger
our-
matrix piece in the center is really beautiful. The contrast is awesome.
it's from the chiclet pocket,
Okay.
and the center kind of wafer crystal there is completely translucent and casts a beautiful blue light when you shine light through it.
When was that pocket found, you know?
That was 2011, I believe.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, beautiful pieces, such good luster. Everyone loves Milpias, arguably some of the best azurites ever found. No question about it.
And the associated minerals were quite nice too.
Of
the
course.
dioptase and the cuprite.
Yep, absolutely. Some world-class stuff coming out of Milpias that
a shame,
unfortunately, we won't be seeing any new material out of. So
Until we sneak in.
Until
Right?
we
Yeah.
sneak- all right, well, you can sneak in. I'm not going to sneak into anything in Mexico. All right, well, what else have you got to show us here?
Well, sticking with some of the Mexican material, we have.
We'll do a quick span.
we're going this direction.
Just a quick
Okay.
scan, just to show that
This
there's
is-
other stuff here available.
We do lease space to other dealers.
Great.
So this is Mother Nature's recipe that you're looking at right now out of Buffalo, New York.
Right next door to me as well.
Absolutely. He's got a lot of fantastic, extremely colorful stuff, and that's why we allowed him in to play with
It's
us.
a good-looking case. All right, well, why don't we step across the room here? We'll have a little chat with Bryan, and he'll talk about his Veracruz amethyst over here. Thanks, Rocky. Thanks, Rocky. Bryan, thanks for being on the show. They tell me that you're digging these. I'm going to slide out of the way.
Yeah,
And
so
you can,
really this is last year's project. But last year I spent some time down in Veracruz and was working with the miners on their stuff down there, and they started digging up this interesting displays of quartz. It's a multi-generational sprouting quartz, skeletal quartz, calcites. We get this iron overcoat that's actually included in the quartz. And I wrote it up for the MinRec, and we did a bunch of work down there. And we're not currently working with them right now because they shut it down. But we have a bunch of pieces from this display.
It's certainly different than what people are used to seeing when they see Veracruz material. And it's very cool. So
we have a whole case of Veracruz over there that is more standard Veracruz. But
all right, well, let's open this up and take a look at one or two pieces. We can show them up close to the people at home.
we had one customer, I think in Europe somewhere, I think in the Netherlands, who made chess pieces out of choya.
Interesting.
This is an example of perfect chess pieces. You ever want your own choya chess set?
No, it's very unique.
Wild.
Multiple generations of growth.
And then the first material we hit was much different than that. The first material, it's all these secondary baby amethyst on the tips of everything.
Very cute.
Kind of fun. And there's scepters and calcite at the base of that scepter, skeletal growths.
Beautiful stuff, absolutely. And
We do some other digging projects in the southeast and in the southwest. Whoops, we're on one mic.
we're on one mic. It gets challenging when we're reaching across a case here.
Go ahead.
All right, well, these are beautiful Veracruz. Let's go down and take a look at the beautiful Vivianites. But as we walk through, tell us a little bit about, what we're walking past here.
These are so we had the Oela and Milpitas over there, and we have Veracruz, and obviously we have a lot of Mexican minerals because then we have a separate Mexico case with some other material. Moving down towards western United States, this case used to be Colorado, New Mexico, and then we got some different stuff from Oregon, and we of course have the Bunker Hill from Idaho.
Sure.
And Canada.
Rocky definitely specializes in the Sweet Home material from Detroit City Portal and the old Sweet Home mines.
Everybody loves the Sweet Home.
Absolutely. And we get miners coming through here just recently bringing us brand new yellow apatites from Colorado, all kinds of interesting materials from the Southwest. We have new Arizona material that just came through with miners yesterday that we're cleaning up and getting out and having fun with.
Very cool. All right, we'll keep moving down along here. It looks like we've got some Chinese material in this case.
It's more of Rocky's specialty.
Rocky, you want to tell us a little bit about what's in the case?
I'm a fluorite fiend, I guess.
As many are.
And I was lucky enough to get a call for some material from the Yiwu gold and silver mine in China for material that was hit about 10 years ago, and it's this beautiful reddish pink octahedral, modified octahedral.
Let's pull that one right out and show everyone.
It's the surface of it is just fantastic. The luster is amazing.
And certainly a unique color.
Yeah, absolutely, like nothing I've really ever seen before in the zoning. Some of these have incredible zoning in them.
Nice luster and growth on those for sure.
Yeah, and we're going to be opening up about 200 kilos of that at the show tomorrow.
Well, that's exciting.
If someone is in the area and they want to see this stuff fresh out of the box, they better get down here.
Yeah, well, you know where to be tomorrow morning. Building F. All right, well, one more thing we certainly want to show before we end our final broadcast here is these amazing cases of the Vivianites from Brazil. Humongous, beautiful, amazing cabinet specimens, large crystals. So what can you tell us about these?
Well, these are from the Dog's Head claim in the Amazonas region, and from what I understand, I've heard several different stories about the find, but it was all located in a swamp that due to the lack of rainfall in recent years, the swamp has gone away and has exposed the material underneath, and we end up with these incredible
Full sprays.
hydrated iron phosphate. And the great part, what really got me excited more, was these ludlamite crystals. It's basically the same makeup mineral, but
This stuff right in here is what he's talking about. Covering the matrix underneath the Vivianite crystals. Creates a great sparkle over the whole piece.
and the matrix is a very brittle but yet interesting matrix. It's a oolitic siderite that tends to leave a lot of dust behind.
It does leave dust, but it also leaves a nice contrast against the bright green.
Absolutely. And we have some of the largest pieces available. We're still cleaning a whole bunch, and we're hoping to have an even bigger display here shortly once we're done cleaning.
There is always the challenge to get everything done in time for Tucson.
Right. This piece over here is, we've been told, we have not confirmed yet, of course. This is potentially one of the largest plates of ludlamite that has been brought out.
Let's stick your hand behind there so everyone can see just how big that piece is.
It weighs approximately 60 pounds.
It is huge.
You do have some Vivianite here that's coated in matrix, but the individual crystals in here are easily thumbnail size, but they're just all wadded together. They have beautiful hoppered faces on them, and the color is. I don't even think the lighting I have in here does them justice. And
It's a beautiful piece and certainly a statement piece just by its size and color for sure.
Right. And there's always the stigma of Vivianite being photosensitive. And definitely, Vivianite in general, will be affected by light over time. We're running an experiment. We took a couple samples, and they've been sitting out in the Tucson sun for 4 months now.
And
no color change.
no color change.
No warping, no peeling.
That is really cool. So it'd be great to hear, see the long term,
Right,
But
right.
after 4 months, you'd think if something was going to happen, it would have
Especially
happened by now.
in the Tucson, because we had 80, 90 degrees not too long ago, and now all of a sudden we're having freezing temperatures right now. So you would think something would happen in that
Yeah,
time.
it's getting all sorts of
Yeah,
different
and I'll keep
exposure.
updating with videos as time goes on through Facebook and TikTok and Instagram.
Awesome. All right. Well, Rocky, thank you so much
you
for
very
being on
much.
our last show.
And thank you, Mineral City. Thank you, Graham Sutton, Scott Worski, Dan Kennedy, for this great opportunity to even be here.
Yeah, what he said. And I also want to thank my cameraman, Merrick, and Tomek for putting this all together and helping us run as smoothly as we can, since none of us knew what we were doing when we started here. Thank all my guests and everyone who tuned in. Please remember, the show's open until the 12th. Come on down, say hi to everyone, pick up some new specimens, and we will see you next year. Thanks, everyone.